use cover or concealment as much as possible. And I think in a military sense, this makes absolute sense, right? If you can't be seen, you can't be attacked. But I think in business, this goes as well. So it makes a lot of sense to call out your target because it'll help your team rally around it to orient them towards it. And, sometimes you just have to make a statement. For example, if SpaceX says, well, we're going to colonize Mars, that's very helpful. However, I'm actually a big fan of sneaking up on things, because if you talk about your plans too much, then this gives other people the opportunity to, first of all, make some competitive moves against you, right? And if I say I'm going to do this, right, the competitor might do something that impedes that. But also, I think a lot of times people have unconsciously, maybe, let's say your employees, maybe unconsciously what you're trying to do doesn't quite fit their plan. They might, without even knowing it, they might slow things down, or they might not be as motivated. And, sometimes things have a tendency of not working out quite as well. I understand that this might sound a little bit crass, but this is actually my experience, that if I don't talk about my plans, they actually have a high chance of succeeding. Or the more I talk about them, the less the chance that they succeed. And I'm not talking 5 percentage points. I'm talking about like 80% versus 20% or something like that. Your brain has a difficulty of distinguishing between something you've really achieved and something you've just talked about, right? And if I say, oh, well, we're going to do this, and like it kind of feels real, and then maybe the motivation suffers a little bit. I'm not sure if that's it. But I just have to say I notice it all the time. The more I move in silence, the more successful I am.